Hello, my name is Tara, and this recording is happening under this beautiful red Australian rock. We are deep into the wild Australia. At the moment I'm enjoying myself in a beautiful natural pool of a thermal water spring. This is the place of exquisite beauty. Exquisite silence, pristine, unspoiled. This is the place where I feel really comfortable. The place where I can really relax and come closer to this thing we call Earth. This is a place I feel safe. All my senses can rest on the beauty that surrounds me. Later on I will show you around a little bit. But for now I want to stay in this beautiful pool that feels like mother's womb, so I could tell you the story that I have to tell. First, forgive me on my English, it's not perfect. I live in Australia for 10 years, but I'm coming from a European country called Slovenia, which was, as one of you know, once upon a time part of Yugoslavia, which is just like Australia. The country is situated on Balkans, and Balkan is also a place of a great mystery, of incredible beauty, of culture, of incredible places. So those are my roots. My parents are Bosnian, my mom is Serbian, my father is Croatian. So I'm the mixture of different ethnic groups that hate each other recently. So I live in Australia for 10 years. So please forgive me on my grammar and my accent. I came to Australia in my 40s, so I'm doing my best. Here's the thing. 3 years ago, almost 3 years ago, when the crap, you know which crap I'm talking about, started. Me and my partner, we lived in Perth, in a little town nearby called Fremantle. We decided we're gonna give up life we had, our jobs, our, suburb. We went for a road trip. We thought it's gonna last for a few months, but 3 years later, here we are. We started with just a regular station wagon with our Mazda and with a tent and our stuff in a boot, and then now we upgrade into beautiful four-wheeler and beautiful caravan. We bought all the caravan, we renovate it, we give it soul, we still work on it, but it feels like our home. So we are constantly upgrading the quality of living in a way. As we live in Western Australia, at some point we were really limited because we did not took the crap, you know which crap I'm talking about. We were really limited on jobs. So we work in agriculture industry and forestry. And that's okay because we come across seasonal work. We're quite established now. I work for half of a year. I work for a company that deals with sandalwood, and that's experience I might talk about later on. When we start this journey, also again, forgive me, I'm really used to do this in my language up to now, but this is my first one in English. And I've done a few and I just was not satisfied with them. So and today I realize it's not about perfection. I just need to start at some point, so it's not going to be perfect, and I'm really out with English, I'm really out of my comfort zone. And also the topics I talk about, I want to expand. I want to take more freedom and talk more about weird stuff, edgy stuff. So, and I feel I have more freedom to do that in English because of audience. So yeah, I'll do my best, and I hope I'll make this story interesting for you. So also forgive me on the gaps. The gaps happened in between when I talk because I want to reach in for a deeper thought. I want to think what I'm talking of, and I want to reach as deep as I can into the bucket of my knowledge and of what I have to tell, what I want to tell. And also in between, I will try to do this. One of the things I would like to do is I am privileged to visit all those beautiful places of incredible next level beauty, unspoiled places, pristine. I want to catch a picture, sounds, and also silence of places I capture here, and I want you to experience that too. Just by purpose, I want to create those gaps where you can also not just be listener, but maybe try to actively feel and think of on your way what I'm talking about. Just this video streaming is one-way communication, but I want to create opportunity also for you to be more engaged. And I just want to share the beauty in simple words. I want to share the vibe. That makes sense. And also in between when I talk, sometimes I want to take a deep breath, because I found breath, the quality of breath is essential if you want to achieve a quality thought. What you want to share. So gap is essential. If not, we fall into that anxiety mood, which our society, as we see, is based on, I just want to, without fresh pressure that I have to talk all the time and I have to feel that gap of silence, that I have to entertain you in a way at all times. I want to let go of that pressure and just be natural to myself and the moment and the environment and the pace of the environment I'm in. In simple words, I want to be in sync, because that's something I also want to talk about, and I think it's really important to understand. I think so many things that are happening that, you turn TV on, all that pressure, all that fast-paced, rhythm of happening. It's so anxious, it's so... that speed of happening, it does not give you a moment to think it deeply too, like if we think of recent drama, health drama that we experienced, everything was so packed with information. It was on TV, it was ongoing, everything, everywhere, from everywhere. We were just bombarded by that info, just so we could not catch a breath and think of a bit deeper of it, allow ourselves to think of it in a different way, step back, all those things you can do in silence when there is a gap. So yeah, importance of gap. Gap, I think, can take you to another level. Gap opens opportunity for new story, for something else. That fast-paced rhythm, it just wants to capture all your attention. It wants to catch you into the wave of, whoa, crazy drama that is happening. And I think if you want to exit, you need to know how to stop turn around and start to walk in some other direction. This drama we talk about, it's so loud and so all it wants to do is to keep your attention there, so you don't see other options, you know. So much about gap. If this is not most beautiful place to talk about gap, I don't know, or experience gap. When I was a kid, there was back in Yugoslavia, they were playing that Australian show. It was called Return to Paradise, and there was a main character by name Tara, and we all watch it. It was a good story, and beautiful environment, tropical. We did not have in a communist Yugoslavia. We did not get so much opportunity to travel. So we were all in love with Tara and cheering for her so she would win evil ones and return to her paradise. And here I am today, I don't know, 40 years later, in that same paradise. Tara in her paradise. Surrounded by hell. All right, so much about gap and my pace of talking and my accent and my grammarly and imperfection and all of it. I still hope you're gonna love me, and not because of me, but because of story I have to tell, and I think of the crucial importance, at least for me, to understand what is happening, where we are, and my point of view. I think it's one of the building stones to bring the things together and find answers. I think each of us, we hold our little part. Nobody has complete answer. We all research. We are all researchers, you know. We all awaken that much that we can tell something is terribly wrong. And it seems like we know that there is a possibility that we get things better, that we make things better, that life can be better than this, what we have. So what's my story about? As I said, 3 years ago we left suburban life. We packed our Mazda. And I write on my diary that I'm going for a quest. That this is quest. Quest comes from question. So I think because I saw how bad and crazy things are around me, the need for answers was bigger than ever. I work on myself for a really long time, like 20 years, and some questions were answered, but some were not. So I keep seeking, and I've done lots of workshops. I went, New Age, classic, deception, and all of that. And in every single shit I've done, and you know, there was something I learned. And but I think in the past 3 years that this hanging with nature, this coming closer to nature, to life in a way, I think I'm slowly reaching into something that it's real. I'm developing in a way that I feel it's right for me, you know. Spending time in a wilderness makes me wild in a way, makes me pristine, makes me, it looks like I'm absorbing the qualities that surround me. And by now I learned that places I'm visiting, they have their own characteristics, just like people, that in a way every place have different personality, different qualities, archetypes if you want, and that if I can communicate with nature if I'm open enough and I'm quiet enough and I can listen and I can actually hear. Ooh. Palm leaf drop. I think that's firm yes. That somehow if I allow myself to mix with the nature, I can embrace those qualities, those good qualities in my opinion, into my existence, into my being. I think nature talks. I think it's, or whatever it is that communicates through nature, some kind of intelligence, and there is a help for us, that if we can hear and we can embrace and we can, you know, see and understand, I think there are forces on work that their interest is our well-being, put it this way. And I think there are forces on work that enjoy us seeing grow, us seeing enjoy the process of us liberating ourselves. Hope that makes sense. So my story is, I want to tell the story of those places. I want to, as I travel those pristine places, those wild, crazy places, as you know, on my way, I'm listening other people's ideas. You know, people, if you want to call it this way, people that research, you know, our possible history, that understand that we live in one big lie, of the bubble that we live in. It's very limited in possibilities, you know. Anyway, blah blah. So I want to bring in my piece into the story that we are experiencing right now, which is, I think, liberation, expansion. Some call it awakening. Yeah, I want to tell what I have to tell. But if you want to tell, you need to hear it first. Become quiet enough to wherever answers are coming from, is it from outside or inside, you need to get quiet. You need to hear first, and then you need to think if it agrees with you what you heard, and only then you can share, after I think long thinking and also experimenting, trying if it works. And then I think you're ready to share when you can really confirm with 100% yes, this works. And so the first step is listening. In one of old nation, Australian old nation languages, some call those people Aboriginal. I won't do that because it applies something that it's not normal, abnormal. I think in their healthy essence they are absolutely, well, it's point of view. Whatever normal is. But anyway, it applies that something not right with them. But I think there is something really right with them in the essence of their healthy culture, not what we have now, traumatized and just, I'll talk about that some other opportunity. But I think Old Asian would be for now the most exact name for them. One of the languages, one of the tribes not far away from here, they have that beautiful word, Gadiri, which first time I heard, I fall in love with. And Gadiri means deep listening. As you think of their way of living, they had to be really in touch with nature. You know, they were hunters. They need to know. They need to understand. They need to know what's food, what's safe, what's not. And Australia can be quite harsh environment, so they need to really be in that state of deep listening and learning, you know, and understanding. So I think they developed that what they're talking about with the Diri is that deep, attentive silence. And that's the place to start with. So as I will tell my story, the things I have to tell, I will, again, to bring it back to Gap, I will try to create that environment and that possibility of developing that state of deep listening. And I think for today I will conclude. Everything will make much more sense when I keep going with my story. And I hope I'll build up some consistency here, and that story soon enough will make a lot of sense. And that's what we want in a world that does not make any sense to us anymore. We want new sense, we want new meaning, we want deeper, we want better. And as I said, I hope I will bring my color into that tapestry we call life. And for now, I want to share a bit of the Diri of this place. And one more thing important to tell. In this first introduction recording, the song that you hear in the beginning, it's the song of my beautiful friend Kamai. Our story goes almost like 20 years back, but that's something, our friendship, but that's something I will talk about later. She's a beautiful being. She's frequently visiting Bosnian pyramids. She's guiding people there. She's taking people there, and she sings. She has deep sense for places, so she kind of, with her voice, I think what she's doing, she transforms the song of the place into form that we can hear. In that story that I will tell, she's saying it with her singing in her instruments. That's the intro. And then there is Anna, who also, she helps me with creating videos. She's a video artist. She lives in Slovenia. We did not know about each other till like a month or something ago, and then I post on my Facebook, I post the call. I was looking for somebody to help me who has a sense of beauty and who loves nature and, you know, life, and who's an explorer by nature. Someone with touch for beauty, with eye for beauty, that would help me create content. And there she was, Anna. She's agreeable with me in so many ways. I'll tell you about that later. But when we met and we talked, she did not know about me. I did not know about her. She came to me by someone's recommendation, I believe. But it turned out that just before 3 years ago, just before the crash, she visited Australia, and to make story fun and coincidence a bit more interesting, turns out most of her time of visit here she spent in a place exactly where we are now, in area which is not really, you know, not lots of tourists. It's not one of those tourist boom places in Australia. Turned out she lived with all nation people, very close to exact same point that I love so much, one of my favorite places where I will take you to. Another waterfall and swimming hole and, you know, place of great magic. So, and when I was asking Life to send me somebody who will be able to work with me, I was asking for somebody who would be able to feel places the same way I feel. And this story, thinking of it, started on that exact water spring. And there it is. Life sent me Anna, which knows place really well. You know, it's not very common for Slovenian to travel to Australia, but to travel to the part of Australia where I am right now, that's you know, that's life in a play. So here I am, and here you are. Enjoy the dairy.